things you should know about business. We've already done part one. So part two is going to be today. And I gave you some information that I know that you may not think is important, but it is very important and very vital to your success in business. And the things that you should know is going to help you get funding. It's going to help you be very successful because you won't leave the foundation out. Anything, the house, anything you do, your job is a foundation. Wherever you work, your employer, they build their enterprise on a foundation. And whatever it is, everybody has a different foundation to build, but the basic foundation is going to be the same for every business. And we're going to go ahead and continue to talk about a few more of them. But I can just recap of what we spoke about the other day. We talked about starting with the foundation of your business, knowing the difference between a hobby and a business. We talked about understanding the power of documentation. That was very important, and I explained that to you. We talked about separating personal and business, funding your money so you can set your business credit up and set it up separately from anything lawsuits and anything that can be attached to you being successful. And then knowing your numbers, that was very important, and that's going to always be important because that's going to help you determine which way that you go. Right now, the next thing is, and the topic that I want to deep dive into today is building a relationship, not sales. We touched over that a little bit the other day, but I want to elaborate a little bit more now. When I mean networking and building relationships, and I think this is the one that I left off with a little bit, and then I gave you a little bit of information, but maybe not a whole lot that I wanted to share and say to you. Now, professionalism is very important in this industry, business in itself. I know sometimes customers can make us upset. Customers can, they can be scammers out there. You can get upset with them, but you don't want to take it out on the wrong person either. Everybody is just not like the one person that you had that was a bad experience in your business. Everybody is not like that person. Okay. So this is why you have to be so cautious and so detailed and come up with your protocols. I spoke to you the last time in the video about operating agreements. This is how you can build positive relationships with your future customers and your future clients and have a consistent way of doing business across the board. Let's say, for instance, there's a lot of Chick-fil-A. Let's just use Chick-fil-A, for instance. All across the board, Chick-fil-A have the same courtesy. They build the same rapport with their customers, the same attitudes with their employees. Do you not think that is not by methodical thinking? That is by design. I know there's plenty of time, and I also heard here recently that Wendy's was getting ready to, close some stores, and their reasoning was because people just don't eat out anymore like they used to. Well, that's not so. Ask McDee's, McDonald's, ask a lot of these other places. Ask Chick-fil-A. Yes, they do. Well, Wendy's, probably more than likely, I know I have had an experience with a lot of them. Their employees are rude. They're not building a relationship or rapport. I don't care if it's just you feel like you're working at Wendy's. If that's beneath you, then why are you there? I would not have a business of that sort. And my team, because we're going to use team as the word for someone if you have employees. My team was not treating the customers that if it was not for them, we wouldn't be in business. They couldn't treat them any kind of way. So you have to be very, 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 very conscious of that. Building a business with building a relationship, and don't just look at the next person as a sale. Don't look at the next person as a transaction. Don't do that. Do not do that. You want to build a relationship because you can be in the future. You can do additional marketing. They will put a good word out for you. Word of mouth. That's free advertisement. It is so many benefits to you being and having a relationship with your customers. And then also you can find out what's going on. If there's something wrong, your customers will feel openly and free, and they won't get upset if you build a relationship with them. They can be upset about maybe something that happened, and it could be no fault to you, no point intended. It could be just something that just happened. We're all human. But if you have a build a relationship of some sort with your customers and with your clients, they will handle it differently. Their demeanor, their approach to you will be so much different. So just keep that in mind and consider that. Okay. The right relationship building will help your business grow. It will scale it faster than any ad you can ever spend money on. Okay. Yes. So definitely come up with a system, come up with a protocol, come up with, we're going to do this when this happens, we're going to handle it this way. Or even if you're just one person, have it written down and have a plan together on how you're going to work out different kinks and different, unsatisfied customers. And then also just building the rapport. You're not looking for anything bad to happen, but sometimes in business things happen, and everybody's not going to be happy with your services or your business. So just come with ways to assist to minimize that. Okay. And don't have the confusion. Okay. The next thing is invest in learning more. Just like here, you're talking to me. Some of you may be already in business. Some of you may already have that platform built. But I do know this. I know this without a shadow of a doubt. You don't know everything you need to know about business. You may think you do, but you don't. You don't. Okay. And then also opportunities, some of them are right around the corner for you. Things happen in whatever niche you're in. Things like now the world is opening up as this video today. The world was the United States, right? Well, yeah, I can't say the world. The economy of the world was having some difficulties. United States, we were shut down here under our government in the United States. There can be changes in the way you have to market. Algorithms can change. Opportunities can change as well. And you got to keep learning, because there's someone else that's having a mastermind, a workshop, or someone that can coach you. Hopefully is me to help you. And I have to learn to more in my niche of what's going on. So I have to put my head down and learn too, so I can share it with you. So that's, and if you don't love doing those kind of things, you really don't need to be in business, because you have to grow. Okay. You can't get stagnant and expect your business to do superb. You can't. You just can't. Okay. Now, the next thing is, in your business, you are to operate in integrity. Okay. I know that's a word that you said that's a no-brainer. We should, because we're in business and we want to keep our reputation. We want to build our reputation. But some people are just not in it for the long haul. They may be in it for a quick grab. They may be in it just to say, I don't care about, I don't care about all of that. I just want to make this transaction, get this sale, and then I'm going on to the next customer. No, 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 no. You don't want to do that. That is that is not the way you do business. Okay. And then when you're building your business operating in integrity, the windows of hate, the windows and the gate of heaven will open up for you. That is going to be the reciprocity. Everything good is going to come to you, and you will be rewarded for it. And so, I would say, don't don't be anxious for nothing in business. Just be patient. Don't chase, because if you do this, then you start doing things that's going to compromise your integrity. So if you get desperate in business, that is not a good thing. It's not a good thing either. So handle your business with preparedness, with the documentation, with organization, with taking action, and with just organizing and paying attention to details when you are working with each of your clients and customers, because you may have a blueprint, but everybody's going to come with their own personalities, their own experiences and backgrounds, and their own need to learn and to find out how you can help them in business and whatever it is. Okay. So that is very important. Now, the next thing, marketing. It's not an option, people. It is a must. This is the lifeblood of your enterprise, your business, your future goals, your future plans. This is important. You can't get around it. You can't go between it. You got to hit it head on. And you have to be intentional. You have to be serious about it. Okay? Now, let me tell you this. No one, not anyone, can buy something that they don't know exists. So that means you have a lot to do. You have to be in front of the people that you want to do business with, or you want to come and purchase from you. And there are many ways. Each business is unique to its own way of getting that word out, finding out ways. So marketing is a masterclass all in itself. It's a loaded, it's just a loaded way, and it's a loaded. I tell you, you can spend your all year long growing your business and doing nothing else. So the time is going to go by. If you're doing the things that you need to do, you're going to, by inches is a cinch, by the yard is hard. I've heard one of my mentors told me that years ago. And what he meant by that is you got to, each day you got to work at it. You got to chip at it. You got to do something else. You got to do an activity that's going to grow it, whether it's the repetitiveness of the same activity, but an activity has to be done. And then you have to, here again, monitor that. That's where those analytics, like I mentioned to you earlier, you have to know what's going on. You have to know your numbers. You have to keep on tweaking things, and you have to be consistent in anything you do in business. And this is why a lot of people don't get very far. They fail in their business because they're not consistent with this, and they don't understand, because they think that everything has to be grand all the time. No, some things just are not sexy all the time in business, but the reward is sexy, because you can look sexy when you get the money coming in your business, right? Okay, so that is something that you need to be mindful of. Okay, now you also want to, in marketing, you ought to want to narrow and hone in on your brand. What your brand means a lot of things. Your brand means the way, like I mentioned to you earlier, Chick-fil-A's, they have a way of being customer service oriented. People know that they're not open on Sundays. Have your core values and your mission. All of that is a part of your branding, and it is a part of your marketing as well. Because when you brand yourself, your marketing is going to meet that branding that's going to come next for you in your business. So you have a lot of things to think about in business. Okay. Now, and marketing is just going to be telling that story of yours with a strategy. Telling the story of whatever the product or service that you have, and then you preparing it in a strategy so where your customer can get the education about your service or your product. Like with me, I'm giving you guys the strategy and the story, because I'm telling you what you're going to have to do in order to be able to push the dream. Okay. So that's the name of my company, Push the Dream. So you got to do what, especially if it's a business dream, pushing that dream. You got to push it. You got to be active in it. You got to do the things that you need to do. And there's so many things: building rapport, knowing your numbers, getting it structured. Everything we talked about, that's a part of your strategy. You get it? I thought so. Okay. Now, one other thing that I want to share with you today, and we're going to wrap this up, and it is being consistent. Like I always said, staying the course. Every business goes through tests. You got to stay the course. This is why you need a plan. You need a business plan, because if you have it set up and structured, you're going to, when things go left, right, left, right, wherever, then you have a plan to just reel it on back in and get centered and get centralized. And then you'll go ahead. So it's not like you have to start from scratch because you'll be all over the place. You just don't know where you're going. You need a plan to be able to just go ahead step by step by step to do the things to help your business to stay the course. Okay. Now, when your business is not doing the way you want it to do, and that's why I told you to keep up with your analytics, keep up with your numbers, you can always tweak it, people. You can always tweak and find out, okay, what can we do in this season, or what can we do in this phase of the business so where we can bring some revenue in and we can keep growing. And then you may want to have something complementary, and then you even may want to partner with someone else that you guys can help each other along the way. So this is where that can come in. So there's so many ways that you can keep your business afloat and knowing what's going on. And like I said earlier, learning, being educated on what's going on in the market, what's going on in politics, what's going on in the news media, what is going on all around you is going to help you in business. Okay. You can't bypass that. You have to stay in tune with all things of business. Okay. You got to stay focused, stay prayed up, and keep on pushing that dream. You got the day. It's a daily walk, no matter. Some days you may not do as much work as others, because as you're going in your business and as you're in your business, you're going to be delegating a lot of things. So right now it may be you only for now, but you'll delegate things along the way, and it'll get a little easier. You'll free yourself up from some of the things that you have to do yourself one-on-one. Okay. And hey, you'll be off to the races, but always know what's going on in your business. Got to do that. It's a must to be successful. So that's, my people, it's a good way, excellent way, and things that you should know about business. That's it. And as I gave you just the surface of it, but really the meat and potatoes is in it. It's all wrapped up in there too. And it is so much to go. It is good because a year can go by so fast for you in business. And, along the way, you can be increasing, you can be learning a lot. You can be increasing your income, increasing your profits, paying your taxes, doing everything, and building up rapport with your customers, getting new customers, learning this, learning that, learning the products and system, learning other niches along the way that you will have to interact with. It is so much good that can come out of it. Whatever business you have, any business. All right. And so look, time is going to pass by anyway, whatever business you have. So why don't you get down and do your focus? Really, definitely focus, really, and mean it. And your detailing focus is going to be so important. So anyway, that is it. So that's all I have to say to you. And that is, my friends, that's it. That's the way you do it. Now, if you need my services, I'm here on Biz Strategist Sandy. You can go on the website, go to pushthedream.com and set up a one-on-one if you want to. And then also there are some tools and there are some information that you can learn. There are some courses that you can have in order to be able to help you to learn and increase. So I have the material. I have the education for you. Only thing you got to do is just decide on whether you're going to purchase it or you're going to not. If you're going to work with me one-on-one, then we can go dive deeper into what you have going on. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm getting ready to get back to work because I do have some clients that I have to work on getting some grant money for. So I'm working on that today. Yes. So anyway, I will talk to you later, and be blessed. And just remember, you were created for greatness. You have greatness within you. So operate into those gifts and callings and talents and make that money. Alrighty. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.